Imagine you just woke up in a world without iPhones, without iPads, without even Android phones. It wouldn't make any sense, right? But it could have been real if Steve Jobs had never existed. This man didn't just create products. He created the future of technology. Today we're going to see how one obsessed mind has changed the whole world. Steve Jobs was born in 1955 in San Francisco and was adopted shortly after. Growing up in Silicon Valley, he was surrounded by engineers and electronics. As a teenager, he was curious about everything. He visited tech companies, attended after-school programs, and absorbed everything he could about electronics. Later, Jobs met Steve Wozniak, a brilliant engineer, and together, they formed a partnership that would eventually create Apple. Two young men in one garage, and a vision to make computers accessible, personal, and beautiful. How could this partnership make a revolution that reached every home and every pocket in the world? In 1976, the duo launched Apple from Jobs' parents' garage. Their first product, the Apple I, was a simple computer, but it was revolutionary. The Apple II followed shortly after, becoming one of the first personal computers designed for the mass market. This computer weren't just for corporations or scientists, unlike almost any other computer back in the time. They could belong in schools, offices, and even homes. At a time when computers were huge and complicated, Jobs made them approachable and personal.
And so my dream for the Apple II was to sell the first real packaged computer, packaged personal computer, where you didn't have to be a hardware hobbyist at all.
In 1984, Jobs introduces the Macintosh, an ancient version of the modern Mac. Unlike any computer before it, the Mac featured a graphical interface and a mouse for personal use, making technology visual and intuitive. Jobs obsessed over every detail: the design, the fonts, the user experience. For him, technology wasn't just about functionality, it was about beauty and simplicity. And this philosophy will ripple across every device in the years to come. In 1985, Steve Jobs was forced out of Apple, his own company.
I was told in no uncertain terms that there was no job for me.
Many would have seen it as a defeat.
It was really tragic.
But Jobs saw opportunity. He founded Next, creating high-end computers that push technical boundaries, and bought Pixar, which has revolutionized animation with Toy Story. Even outside Apple, Jobs was shaping technology, media, and even storytelling in ways no one fully understood yet. Being pushed out didn't stop him. It made his next moves even more impactful. 1997, Steve Jobs returns to a struggling Apple, close to being bankrupt.
And I, like a lot of other people, are pulling together to help Apple get healthy again.
His first major innovation? The iMac. Sleek, colorful, simple and powerful. It wasn't just a computer. Apple wasn't just selling hardware. It was selling design and user experience. Jobs proved that technology could be elegant and irresistible. If it wasn't him, Apple would be bankrupt.
The values of Apple, over the next several years were systematically destroyed. What can I say? I hired the wrong guy.
Now it's 2001. The iPod hits the market. A small sleek device that could carry thousands of songs in your pocket. Jobs creates an ecosystem that makes music easy. The iPod became a trend. It was a perfect example that shows how could technology enhance everyday life. In 2007, Jobs unveils the iPhone, a phone and a computer and a media player combined in one device. That's when what everyone holds in their hands was born. The App Store opens in 2008, creating a platform for developers to innovate. Android existed, but iPhone, it forced the whole mobile industry to evolve. Just when you think of your phone, try to think about Steve Jobs. This guy was going insane mode. When you think about a Samsung, it's an Android phone. Xiaomi, Android. Google Pixel, Android too. Like almost every other phone. And think about desktop. It's the same thing, Windows. But Mac and iPhone, they are different. Apple is building its own software and is providing an exceptional user experience. Steve Jobs has passed away in 2011. But his impact is everywhere. From the smartphone you're using every day, maybe even to watch this video. And like and subscribe. Apple, almost the most valuable company in history, wouldn't even exist without him. Yeah, I think you should respect this man. Innovation distinguishes between a leader and a follower, actually. Yeah, this was the tiny version of Steve Jobs' life story.